Okay, so here we are for our guided meditation on settling the mind, or taking the mind as the path, taking the space of the mind as the path. And I'll guide this meditation for 15 minutes, but I encourage you, after you've done it a few times for the 15-minute period, to continue on with the practice even after the 15 minutes. 24 minutes is a nice time period to do it. You can use Insight Timer to time yourself, and then eventually you can even move up to 48 minutes, even an hour. But in terms of the instruction, we'll just go for 15 minutes, and then if you'd like to continue on for another 10 minutes after the instructions end. And then once you've sort of understood the instructions and done the practice a few times, you can then be your own guide and lead yourself in the meditation. All right, so let's drop in. Find a comfortable position, either sitting down on a cushion or a chair, or you can do supine, lying down on a mat on the ground. So find your position and we'll begin. So just as with every meditation, when you hear the gong, begin the settling process. Begin the process of release, of relaxation. Of dropping into stillness. And seeing this really as an act of loving kindness to yourself, allowing yourself to drop into the very beneficial practice of meditation. And as you begin to settle in, as we do at the beginning of every practice, we generate the most meaningful aspiration that we hold in our heart. In the Buddhist context, the highest version of this is the wish to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings, even the vow to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. This is the practice of bodhicitta, the arising of bodhicitta. And so we arouse our deepest motivation in this moment. Seeding the practice with it, and then releasing it, and moving into the non-conceptual space of the practice. So first we begin by settling the body, allowing the awareness to descend down into the quiet space of the body. And as your awareness rests on the sensations of the body, allowing the body to settle ever more deeply into relaxation and stillness. And as the body settles in its natural state, turning the attention to the breath, allowing the breath to settle in its natural state. Not manipulating, not controlling, just allowing it to settle in its natural rhythm. And as the breath settles in its natural state, turning the awareness now to the mind, and beginning the process of settling the mind, releasing attachment to the thinking mind, and resting simply in awareness, allowing the motion of the mind to begin to settle down. At this point in the practice, the eyes should be at least slightly open. You can just be looking down slightly, or if you prefer, gently open, gazing in the space in front of you. But the light of our awareness now turns to the space of the mind. And the object of our mindfulness becomes the space of the mind and everything arising in the space of the mind. All thoughts, all mental imagery, memories, fantasies, all mental stuff. So see if you can identify this movement of the mind in contrast to the stillness of awareness. And begin to set up your seat, your camp, in the seat of stillness, of awareness. And simply allowing the movement of the mind to come and go. Stillness in the midst of motion. Like a shepherd watching sheep in the distance, rest at ease as thoughts come and go. The mind like the sky, the thoughts passing like the clouds. Releasing attachment to the stories connected with the thoughts, not chasing after the referent of thoughts, but simply seeing them as a mental event and allowing them to pass away as you deepen your seat of awareness. recalling the pith instructions here for this practice. Rest the mind without distraction and without grasping, without running after thoughts and without falling into dullness. Simply rest awareness right where it is. Simply observing the movements of the mind. That is the object of your mindfulness, the space of the mind, that space where thoughts are arising, and the thoughts themselves. And then your introspection is guarding the quality of your mindfulness. So your introspection will alert you if you've been taken away by a thought or if you've fallen into dullness. And if on occasion you do find yourself carried away by thoughts, first relax, simply relax, then release the thought and gently return to the meditation on the space of the mind. Relax, release, and return. Releasing all grasping and identification with the movements of the mind. Rest in awareness. Continue now in your practice in silence.